What up? After months of waiting for this kit, contemplating, is it really worth 300? Is it really worth 400? Today's the day. I pulled the trigger. I'm biting the bullet for all my Jimny owners, and we're finally gonna install this Blitz blow-off intercooler kit along with a boost gauge and a voltage gauge and a bunch of other like little pieces, like a new steering wheel column. We're gonna get that for the battery, but this is the main show. So it didn't come with instructions or anything like that, but from what it looks like, it looks very plug and play. This is going to get replaced. This is going to get replaced. This may get replaced. This is gonna be completely gone and replaced. And this, I believe, is gonna get replaced as well. So that all looks pretty plug and play. I don't want to take off the intercooler though, because if you have a Jimny, you know how annoying it is to take off the intercooler along with the little heat shield that's under here. That is just in itself a whole video and mission. But I'm gonna see if I could do it without that, and then we're gonna install all this, and hopefully by the end of this video we have some. And I figured while I'm doing that, why not put a nice little T-fitting right here, get this on this guy, and then we can install a boost gauge. So right now what I'm gonna do, just to get the video nice and spicy, I'm gonna connect the boost gauge. I'm not gonna completely like install anything, but I just wanna make sure that it's working and everything runs fine. I did it last time at my cousin's house and I was running 10 pounds of boost. Now with some hard lines, without even touching anything, I feel like it might go up maybe a pound or maybe 2. So what I'm gonna do right now is turn on the car and just show you guys the easiest way to know how much pounds you're running. Start it up. You want to find this line right here, the intake manifold, unplug it from up here, take this guy out, connect it back here, and we should see negative vacuum. So that's not bad. That doesn't mean we have any leaks or anything like that. I don't like how much it's shaking, but it's also connected to the engine. So now we're gonna give it a rev and see exactly how much we're running. About like 5. Around like 8, 9. Now let's unplug this, put everything back together, and then we're going to install everything and see if that number jumps, which I'm not really expecting it to jump. I do think it'll improve though, because I can kind of show you right here. Like, focus on this. When you rev out, it kind of just gets a little bigger. You see it expanding? Kind of expands a little bit, so that should no longer go away and less boost leaks. But let's put everything back together. I don't want this to be too hot because I want to take all this off super easy. All right, so now I'm going to replace pieces one by one. This is piece 1, so that's going to go from there to there. I'm going to take this guy out and replace it with this. Now let's clean this throttle body a little bit. Let's see if I can do this without removing the intercooler. It's not really looking likely, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, so I think I do need to remove the intercooler. I'm gonna see if I could do this bend right here. If I can do this without removing the intercooler, I'm gonna just try to figure something out there. But let's now replace that with this. Wow, I guess you really do gotta remove the intercooler. Oh my god. My mistake. It's actually just 1, 2, 3 to move the intercooler. It's super easy. It's the freaking shield under that's very hard. So now we can do this probably with one hand. I can easily just do this and this. Tighten that up. Now we can do this side, and then the bigger one goes towards the throttle body, and then the smaller one goes the other way. This should be super easy now too. Yep. I'm over here complaining about nothing. Now we can put the air filter. Put that there. This screw goes right here, which is pretty nice. And I'm pretty sure the hood can close. I'll clarify that later. Oh yeah, it's not even the highest point. But yeah, I'm gonna tighten this in a second. And before I even remotely start the car, I want to kind of learn a little more about what's going on right here, because we gotta take off the blow valve and some of these vacuum lines I don't think we need anymore. So I just disconnected the blow valve. It's kind of cool. It's really just one screw, and that screw was holding on to this, and then now this is inside the blow valve. So I believe it goes like this, and then the heat shield that comes with it, where's that? This I think goes just like this. Like I mentioned, this is a J11 kit, but yeah, you could kind of see the little holes right there. Boom. And then I believe we're done. I know that the extra flange, I was kind of confused about it, and I asked my cousin, this is so it could go back into the filter, but I don't really know, to be honest, what that even means. I think that takes away the whole blow valve experience. Why would I not want it? But it goes like this. It will go like that back into the filter, but I don't want that to I don't even like blow valves in period. I like when I hit the turbo flutter, but I'm not really gonna get that with this. So we got the kit. Let's tighten everything up, and I believe we're done. This is like 10 minutes. Let's put the heat shield. Alright, now that everything is nice and buttoned up, this is tight over here, this is tight there, heat shield, this is good. The kit is pretty good too, where everything, like you kind of can't put it backwards. Like this, I initially had the other way and all these were facing this way, and I was just like, there's no way that that's the way to do it. So I had to take this off and just swap it. But even the insulation part is like, these are facing this way because it's telling you that it's that way. Same thing for this, same thing for this. Like you wouldn't be able to do it differently because this would be facing the other way, and you would be like, hey, this is really hard to do. Maybe I'm doing it backwards. But I'm gonna start the car now. Everything should be nice and good. Let's see if we hear the blow valve. Next, what I want to do after this, just to hear, like, let's see if we even hear anything, is I want to get the boost gauge and the voltage. I want to get that done today too. It's like 3 o'clock. I feel like I still got some sunshine. I'll let it warm up a little bit, but I cannot wait. Let's get my live reaction first. I heard it. It was minimal, but I heard it. Yes. Oh man, yo, be honest, man. Let me know in the comments. This has to be like a top 5 Jimny. This was, I don't even want to put a montage right now, but this was a clapped out piece of shit. And it's still a clapped out piece of shit, but now that this has happened to me, I'm like very happy that like I've been taking this car so seriously, because I'm only gonna have one car. I was so used to always having this as like my safety net if one of my cars stopped working, but this one's pretty bad. But this, all right, now let's get this boost gauge up and popping. That really shouldn't be too hard. I think, like I said, the hardest part is gonna be just the wiring aspect of it. All right, so here's the line we're gonna use. So it's this one right here, straight from the intake manifold. Splice it from here. Here's my little T-fitting, and then here's the line they give you. Make sure you have this at the end. And now I'm just gonna put this in real quick, have it nice and tight like that. And now we're gonna bring this through the firewall right here. The best way to do this, honestly, is just to grab a flathead, push it through, and then you'll make a nice little hole where you're able to push that. So I think I'm able to grab it now. So here it is. We need this to be all the way over there though. So let's try to do that. What up? So it's the next day, and sadly I cannot find the gauge pod for this job. So I think I'm just gonna have to end it here, which really sucks because I have the boost gauge all in. All I have to do is wire it, which I kind of got the understanding in. I'm gonna tap it in from the battery, but the gauge completely works. I can start the car on and show you guys. And I could even show you guys the lights, kinda. But that works. When it comes to the voltage gauge, it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't come with anything. But I think that's gonna have to be another video because I could not find this stupid gauge pod. And not only that, but I've been looking at it every day for like 2 weeks. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to get this freaking, this kit, the blow valve kit. I can't wait to get the kit, so I can do everything in one video. Now I can't find it. Also, side note, I have so many Jimny parts and I don't want to be a hoarder anymore. So if somebody wants like these tail lights, one of them are missing a bulb that I need to use for this. What else am I selling? This whole thing right here, the air filter clip, these hoses if somebody wants. I'm also selling this. I'm like on the fence about it. DM me on Instagram if you want this. Pick up in New York, obviously. I could maybe meet you somewhere in the surrounding areas, but obviously not like past state lines. But I'm gonna think about selling this. I also may be driving to Atlanta, so if you live on the way to Atlanta, you can buy this. But I don't know how much I want. Maybe like 500 bucks. I don't know. I know this is definitely like one of the grow pieces, but it's kind of not. It's not my aesthetic. I'm not an off-road kind of guy. I want to like slam this and put blow valve kits, not really do off-road stuff. So if somebody wants this, hit me up. The closer to New York, the better. But I also have like the headlights, a bunch of just everything you guys ever seen me take off. The tail lights are right here. All that stuff. If you want that stuff, just hit me up on Instagram. This too. I don't really feel like making like Facebook listings. I'd rather you guys buy it. I'll charge you guys super cheap. Just pay for shipping and all that. But I don't need a lot of this stuff. All right, so first drive in the Jimny. You can see that the gauge works. We're at 19. That's pretty good. That means we don't have any boost leaks. I wish that the pod was there, but whatever. We're double recording. That was 5 pounds in first gear. I think one of my favorite things about the Jimny too is that, I don't know, just something about me where I love like quirky builds. Like this car is a legendary off-roader, you know, drives over everything, solid axles, all that stuff, right? And then when you hear this particular Jimny coming down the road, you're not thinking that it's like a purple blue wrap, soon to have OZ wheels. Took off all the orange, all has white lights everywhere, G-Wagon style tail lights, the cool like Miata Jeep headlights, spoiler. Can't wait to get the interior nice and done up, but let's actually hit some boost now. Alright, third gear. It kind of tails off at the end. Alright, yeah, it's like 8 pounds. Ooh, I'm at 4, but I was at like 10. I was at like 10. We're already at AutoZone, but we're gonna obviously do way more clips like this moving forward. It'd just be a lot easier if the gauge wasn't flying around everywhere. I have to show off real quick at AutoZone, man. You know how I do.